Everyone, iOS 16.0.3 has officially came out, so let's go and take a look at it on the iPhone 11 and see basically how it's holding up. Now, this was a massive update, not necessarily only for the iPhone 11, but it was a massive update for the iPhone 14s and the newer models. So if we go and take a look at the release log, which we have right here, you can basically see for yourself that this update was, I think, 964 megabytes or whatever on my 13 Pro Max. On my iPhone 11, it was more so around 800 and something megabytes. So that's probably something to keep in mind. I just kind of forgot to screenshot on some devices. Now, if we take a look at the release log, like I mentioned, this was a big, massive update. So it says this update provides bug fixes and improvements and security updates for your iPhone, including the following. So it says incoming call and app notifications may be delayed or not delivered on the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. That is a big deal. And if you have an iPhone 14, that's probably one massive reason to go and update. Now, another thing, I don't know why my screen keeps timing out, is low microphone volume can occur during CarPlay for phone calls on the iPhone 14 models. So that is another really big fix that Apple went ahead and addressed on this version of software as well. They also mentioned that the camera at launch may not, actually launch or switch cameras on the 14 Pro Max or iPhone 14 Pro. So that is another thing that I'm not really too sure how Apple messed up the launch of the iPhone 14 so much. That's another thing they fixed. They also mentioned at the very end that could be, for the iPhone 11 as well, mail crashes on launch after receiving a mail-formed email. So I guess if it's like a weird type of email, if it's like kind of like malware, well, that can go ahead and be fixed in this update as well, which I think I saw some people complain about that, as well as the CarPlay situation as well. Now, I've only had it installed for a little bit of time, so it hasn't really been that long, but I will tell you, installing it, I didn't experience any crashes, didn't experience any boot loops, or anything like that on any of my devices, and the phone wasn't really even that hot when I installed the update either. So if you're worried about installing it, then you shouldn't worry about those specific problems. But a big thing I would tell you is if you're already on iOS 16 on your iPhone 11, then I would probably recommend installing this version of software. There really isn't a crazy big deal to install iOS 16 unless you're already on iOS 16 on your iPhone 11. Now, if you're on iOS 15 on your iPhone 11, I would probably recommend staying there. I probably wouldn't recommend going through and actually updating your specific phone to iOS 16 until we're on iOS 16.1. And then at that point, I would, say, okay, go for it. But right now, if you're still on iOS 15, I would recommend staying there. That's kind of how this update rolls. So that kind of covers it. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.